Hi everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at how to make a tape loop using the Avalanche Run. Now there were two things that kind of inspired this video today. One, we got a nice new plant over there. It's nice and tall. It's our tallest one yet. It's really pretty. I really like the green and purple, and you know that sort of thing always inspires a new song, especially an ambient piece. And then two, it's been really rainy this July, which is kind of strange, especially for Boston. I like the sunny weather myself, but we're going to take advantage of this rain and try and make a nice degraded tape loop and play over that. I'm going to talk about how I did that with the Avalanche Run, the Tensor, and all these pedals that you see here in a minute. But I will put some timestamps below. If you just want to hop straight to the piece, then feel free to go ahead and do that. Otherwise, I'm going to show you how I got this degraded hi-fi kind of tape loop sound using the Avalanche Run. So here we go. Okay, so you see I have the pedal board down here below, and the first thing I'd like to talk about is the signal chain, of course. So the saxophone is going in through my SM58, 57, I never remember which one it is, into the signal blender. Now, signal blender is a parallel loop, or parallel mixer, excuse me. And the way I have it set up is that I have the Rainbow machine going to the Tensor to the Avalanche Run back into signal blender for loop A. So they're all in this little loop right here, separate from the other stuff. I don't have anything in loop B, and everything goes out into the Polymoon and into the Mercury 7. Okay, so the reason I did this was to keep everything in here separate from my clean tone, and this is going to be really, really helpful for when I set up my degraded loops. They can kind of be separate in the mix compared to what's going on in here. All right, so let's talk about how I got to this degraded sound. So in this composition, you're going to be hearing two things from the loop A, the Tensor and the Avalanche. You're not going to hear anything from the Rainbow machine today, so just don't worry about that being there. What I did first is that I set up the Avalanche Run to play this degraded loop, and then the Tensor is playing the loop that has those bass notes in the composition. Okay, so how do we get that degraded tape sound? It's actually pretty cool. So the first thing you need to do is actually set the bypass mode or the trails mode to go on as long as you set your repeats. So if I engage the pedal, play something in it, and then turn it off, it'll keep playing based on how far I set the repeats. If I set the repeats to nothing, then it will repeat like once and then it'll be over. But if you set it all the way almost maximum, it's going to actually keep repeating and repeating and going over and over. Now, the tone knob is where it gets really cool. This is a very traditional tone knob. You know, you roll it this side, it goes high, the other side, it goes low. But it keeps degrading with each time it plays through the loop or the delay line. It keeps regenerating and I guess multiplying the high pass or the low pass filter in the tone knob. So each time it plays, it gets a little bit more high pass or high pass or high pass or low pass depending on where you have this set. So that's kind of the key to this. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate with my voice just really quick. So let me make sure our loop is on. So I'm just going to say, testing. It's set. Testing. Okay, so now I turned it off, so it's just going on based on the repeats knob, which is almost all the way cranked. Okay, you can hear that the voice is starting to get degraded. It's a little bit more high pass each time. See, it's losing the low end now. And what's also really cool about the Avalanche is when it's in reverse mode, it does the loop once forward and then once backwards, so it alternates. That's why I'm saying testing backwards. So very sloshy kind of effect, but pretty cool, right? And you can keep going, and based on where you put the tone knob, it'll just keep degrading. So for this one, I had it around about 2:30, 3 o'clock or so. And that's all I did with that, right? Added some reverb using this. You can take it out if you want. All right, different. I'd liked a little bit. Okay, and then like I said, the Tensor was pretty boring. All I did was play a very simple line, and then I did it an octave down, so that's where the bass notes came from. Okay, and then everything came out into the Polymoon Mercury 7 for nice stereo ambience, so here you can hear it. Some nice extra reverb and wash there. So yeah, that's basically it. It's a really, really cool effect. You can do this with the low pass filter like I was saying. You can also, you can hear it going low there. Right? So you can change it in the middle of the loop. Let's turn this up a little bit. Another thing I also did was that I just, at the end, I kept flipping between reverse and normal, and it kind of just really broke up the loop and degraded it even further. So just a really cool trick. I hope you guys try it out, have fun with it. A very, very versatile pedal that doesn't just do your ordinary reverb delay. All right, so without further ado, here is this nice composition that I guess I entitled July Rain.